Okay, off camera, I did some testing and checking and measuring and tried saw how the hinges would work if they were on the side, and I can't do that because the wheel would interfere with opening and closing it. I'd only be able to open it about 45 degrees. So that can't happen. But the hinges are going on the back. Another thing I measured was side to side across this little widened part here. It's actually 2 inches too wide. So what I got to do on the inside of the structure, let's take these boards, because I don't have any more 1x1, using 1x3. On the inside, I'm going to plate it in there, screw it in from the outside to pull that inch in. So, got this one, it's the right length. Measure and cut another one to match it. And I'll screw those on the inside of the lid. Once that's done, then I'll be doing the hinges on the back and figuring out a lock on the front. I have a couple of options for a lock, because I can still use these latches and hooks from the original setup. I have that for the inside. I have a couple of these, which I might be able to use. Other than that, I have one other lock, which is already on a bike accessory. I have to move Tonkenstein out of the way here. See this helmet box? Maybe you can see it better from... No, I guess you can't. Well, let's see. Move Tonkenstein. At least she's light. There is a lock on there, which is operational. And I can take that out, quite possibly, put it on that. Which would mean I'd be able to lock it shut. So, well, cut that board. I'll open this up and move things around as necessary to make it work. Okay. So, I'm going to have to put this in just below these screws, these bolts. And it will pull it a great deal in when I screw it in place. Unfortunately, these bolts are in the way, so I'm going to have to move them further to this edge, further up. That means drilling more holes, which doesn't leave a lot of room. As you can see there. Kinda. Yeah, it doesn't leave a lot of room. But I'll drill another hole. I'll move the bolt down. I'll drill a hole and move the bolt down. And that should give me enough space to put the board directly below it. The same on the other side. This one might be fine. This one has to go up a bit. So let's drill some holes. Luckily, I've only needed one size of drill bit this entire time, which kind of a bonus. Let's get you up here. You can look down on everything, including me. Not like anybody else doesn't. You got a good space. Yeah, you're on the frame there. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. This one about the same spot there. Yeah. All right. Let's get this apart. don't want to come out. Is it kind of got embedded into the plastic a little bit from being cranked down. Which is fine. I mean, these things aren't coming out of their own volition. There. That should allow. Yep. That will allow the board to sit there. Hold that in by more than an inch, which is good. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Oh, Jesus. I'll do the same thing on the other side. And then I'll put one of those boards in. And I'll show you putting that in with the wafer screws. I think I got most of you in frame there. So put it over this way a bit. Yeah, you can see more of it. Okay. Let's get the knee pad down. Let's get the screws. Yes, kitty. Everything's fine. Yes, it's gonna work, don't worry. Okay, so it's going here, on the flat here, and on the flat here. I'll bring it in a good distance. Good enough distance. Take one screw. Just one piece. Start. Okay, that's gonna work. Press it together again. Get the next one in. We'll do them about hand width apart. which should be about 6 inches, maybe 5. I regret that there's no way to do this by machine. Combination of the materials is not conducive to doing this by machine. Not with the machines I have in any case. Whew. Nothing is going to be exact or even or straight, but it'll work. It will do what it needs to do. In this case, it's just make this entire thing a couple inches thinner. It's all a lot of people need most times. Be a couple inches thinner. I wish I could be a couple inches thinner some days, but I'm not. Not going through the double layer there because this the screws aren't that long. See, there are 2 layers and the wood. I'm barely holding into the wood. On the back, just do 3 on the front. Yeah. I'll take a reasonable amount out of the width. Make it more rigid, more solid as well. You can see the difference here. Now that side is relatively straight. You can't see it. Well, maybe you see it now. Yeah, this side is relatively straight. This side still has a bow in it. So do the same to the other side. Look like that on the outside. Just a row of black dots. And then we'll try it on the base, on the bottom, see how well it matches up. Okay, now from the inside this looks absolutely ridiculous, but that's fine. Nobody's going to look at the inside of it. Now, I'm going to check the width of this thing now. See if it matches up with what we need, and if it matches up with the bottom. What you gotcha? Okay. The outside, at its widest point, is now 2 feet, which is exactly what we need. The inside, at the thinnest point, is 22.5. Let's see what we got on this beast. At center, which is its widest, it is 22.5. So now, should be able to drop this together. And it should fit. Yeah, she fits. It's like a low-budget sci-fi midget sarcophagus, but she fits. And we know it's thin enough to fit between the wheels and leave room on the trailer frame. That should be good. Next step is going to be putting the hinges on, which, oh, Kitty likes it. Yeah, putting the hinges on, that's going to be interesting. And figuring out a lock. Well, the hinges are difficult to put on. Show you how these go. This goes under that lip on the back. Unfortunately, the hole is right there, so I got to drill the hole ahead of time. Put the bolt in from the inside, the nut on the back, and wrench it into place from the outside and the screw on the inside. Top is a screw on the outside and then on the inside. And this has to be done before I can do this, but with the lid closed, it's really difficult to get the screwdriver on the outside and reach around to get the wrench on the inside. So I'll put them on the bottom, then I'll show you. Then I'll put the top on, then I'll show you. Well, this is the most painful part over with, is getting these on. So we've got hinges. That's a step in the right direction. Next step is going to be marking and attaching that. So I'll mark it with a Sharpie. Put these in place, hold them in place, mark it with a Sharpie. Then I'll drill the 2 holes, put the other 2 screws in, and everything should be fine. Well, I'll show you when it's all together that I can open and close it. Okay, bring you back in a minute. Look at that. Goddamn near be a contortionist to reach everything in every direction, but, well, it's together. Let's see if this clamshell will close. Not bad. She close. She open. Yeah, she closed, she open. I think I might have to put those other hinges in, those support hinges. Yeah, they're just 4 more holes. Let's see. Where can I put those support hinges that make sense? Get caught on the floor now with all those bolts. These support struts. Let's see, where can I put those? That way. So there. Get it open about that far. That'd work. I'll have to get a means of marking this and mark it and put those holes in. So, as the next step, marking that to put these in. And once these are in, once these scissor hinges are in, it'll hold it from falling. Then we're ready to put a lock on it. Once you get a lock on it, we're ready to mount it to the trailer tomorrow. So I got one more errand to run tomorrow that I need that trailer for. And once it's done, I'll be able to bring it in and swap it. Swap the box on it for this thing. So until that point, I'll do these support hinges. I'll put those in, the 4 holes, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, let's see how that worked out. See if these work. Yeah, they hold it up. Latch it. Stays open. Okay. That's one step. Now when we close it, got to be able to reach both of them from the same side. Perfect. Closes, heats up, matches, everything's good. Now we got to do a lock. Pull that other. Well, that leaves us the lock, and then tomorrow, after my errands with the trailer, I can start stripping down and rebuilding. So what lock are we going to choose? I'll pull the other lock off of that helmet box. I'm not using that helmet box for anything. I'll lay them out and I'll pick. Be back when I got them laid out to decide. Well, I pulled the lock off of that helmet box there. Just going to pull a few bolts off it too. This is, in fact, quite probably the cheapest garbage, loose-fitting, backward-ass shit lock, quite possibly in the entire world. More of it's plastic than metal. That being said, it's the right size, it's the right configuration, it works, and I have a key for it. So I don't have to modify it as I would have to modify this. Oh, what a decision. Either I'm going to use a shit plastic one or I'm going to have to modify the good one. Which is still just cheap, but I mean... Well, I'd have to make this into a hook to get it to work. Because it's not a hook. So, do I take out the Dremel and cut a hook into this? Or to just use a cheap one? And it's going to be protecting my groceries and keeping the wind from blowing that thing open while I'm riding down the road. I'm thinking I'll go for the cheap one. I just got to drill a hole. I'm going to put it dead center. Let me show you. If I drill a hole right there, dead center, and put that lock right there, on the inside, I can put this latch plate, and it will work mechanically as an added layer of structure. Hold it tighter. It'll hold it tighter. It'll be an added level of structure. So, yeah, the cheap one it is. Okay, I'll drill that hole, put it in, show you when it's done. That's the next step on this. If I don't mount it up to the trailer frame first. Either way, I think that's it for today. It being 7 o'clock at night now, I'm gonna head out and have dinner. Talk to you next time.